You know, Jesus knew what the Pharisees was hearing. They heard that Jesus made more disciples than John and baptized more disciples than John. But let's keep reading. Jesus knew that the Pharisees heard that he was baptizing and he was making more disciples than John. He said, but truth be told, I was not one baptizing, but okay, my disciples were doing it. It's okay. Jesus left Judea and departed again into Galilee. Did he fly? Jesus had a purpose to go through Samaria. He's on his way, but he said, I'm stopping by Samaria. Then Jesus came to a city in Samaria called Sychar, near the ground, a parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. We got to that city. There was a well that Jacob built. Jesus, being weary from his journey, sat on the well, and it was about 12 noon. There was a woman who was from Samaria, came to the well to draw water. Jesus saw her and said to her, give me to drink. While Jesus was speaking with the woman at the well, the disciples who came with him went shopping to get something to eat. Then the woman of Samaria said to Jesus, you being a Jew, ask drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria. For the Jews don't have no dealings with the Samaritan. Y'all religious people don't have nothing to do with common people like me. Jesus answered and said unto her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that said to you, give me to drink, you would have asked of him, and he would have given you living water. Hold on now. Sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where you going? Where is living water coming from? Now look, are you greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle? He gave it to us, the Samaritans. Are you greater than him? Jesus answered and said unto her, whoever drink of this water shall thirst again. Jesus said, whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Now that's some good water. I got good water.
The woman said, sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come to this well. Let me have something.
All right, let's quench this thirst. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You'll never thirst again. All right, let's get this done. Call your husband. We going straight to what you got a problem with. Call your husband. We're going to put an end to this. And tell him I said, show up, come right here. I'm going to show you that you'll never thirst again after this. You've been thirsty. I'm finna show you.
I don't have one. I don't have a husband. Jesus said unto that woman, you have told the truth. You have no husband. You are right. You ain't lying. Jesus said, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 husbands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the one you got now is not yours. The one you with now, that's not yours. And I got to tell you, It's true. You ain't lying. You are telling the truth. The woman said to Jesus, Lord have mercy. Sir, I perceive oh, that you are a prophet. Ooh, you getting to the bottom of this. You telling me exactly what I've been thirsty for. Ooh, you telling the truth. You a prophet. You a prophet. Okay now, sir. Hold on. You got me on the third husband. And the one I got named, man. Okay, I agree with that. But our fathers, you mentioned about, let's just clear this up. Our fathers worship in this mountain. But you say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Now, that right there, okay, you got me, but not right here. You got to straighten it out. Straighten it out now. Come on now. All right. I'm ready. I'm trying to tell you, I'm the truth. You ain't gonna thirst no more after me. But let me just straighten this out real quick. First of all, I ain't kidding, I ain't lying. Jesus said unto her, woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you shall neither in this mountain brag about your worship, nor in Jerusalem where they brag about their worship to the Father. He said, I'm telling you, the things about to change. Jesus said, you worship, you know not what. You worshiping now, but you just don't know what you're doing. We know what we are doing and who we worship. We know what we worship. Let me tell you this. For salvation is of the Jews now. God gave Abraham this plan. And the end of the plan is me. I'm just letting you know. I know.
Jesus told that woman that the hour is coming. And it is now that the true worshipers, those that will take action, those are true worshipers, not just talkers. They take action. And you got to have the action with the right spirit, the right attitude. I don't care how old you are. And you got to do it with the truth, making sure that it is justified. And he said God is looking for those that are willing to act or worship him like that. Jesus tells the woman at the well, God is a spirit. What does that mean? He's always right, attractive, everywhere, can't be contained, perfect in attitude, absent of chaos. And if we're going to be like God and serve him and worship him, it doesn't matter whether you wear a green hat, a black hat, a blue hat, red hat, a purple hat. I don't care what you look like, who you are. If you're going to worship God, you got to worship him just like his spirit is. And it has to be with the right attitude, and it has to be the truth. Jesus shows patience with this woman, and he let her talk. She said, yeah, you're right about me and the 5 husbands and the one I got in under mine. Yeah, I understand what you said about worship. I ain't found no fault in what you're saying, but I still got something to say. See, I know that when the Messiah comes, we gonna call him, he gonna be called the Christ. And when he comes, he gonna tell us everything that's right. He gonna tell us all things. And I told you, see, I go to church. I know a little something. Jesus allowed that woman to speak. And then he said to her, I that speak to you am he. Who you just described, that's me. Jesus allowed this woman to speak. And when she finished, he said, I'm the one. I reveal myself to you. And here come his disciples staring, looking at Jesus, talking to a woman. Dude, what is he doing? Why is he talking to her? Jesus talks to a woman? What's up with that? And a Samaritan too. But they didn't say that. They just thought it. Do we still do that today? That woman got a full understanding just like this puppet right here and said, bye y'all. And left that water pot, ran to that city,
got to the city some kind of way, went to that city and went to a place and said to the men, that woman said to the men, okay, come see a man. Excuse me. Come see a man, hurry up. And he told me everything. He told me everything. Everything I ever did. I ain't lying, y'all. Come. Is this not the Christ? Ain't this the one we've been looking for? Ain't this what we talk about at church? Y'all come and see. Come on, follow me. Those men, listen to the testimony of that woman. Left that city, went to where she said he could be found, and found Jesus still at the well.
The men from the city came, and the disciples had food ready and said, Jesus, Master, come on, get you something to eat. It's time to eat. I know you're tired and you got to be hungry. Come on, eat. Jesus said, I have meat to eat that you don't even know anything about. I'm good. I'm good right now. And they said, wait a minute, hold up. Who brought him something to eat? Who gave him something to eat? What? And he said, my meat or my food comes from me doing the will of the Father, the one that sent me, and to finish his work. Not thinking about food all the time. Look at the harvest. So a whole lot of people need to be taught about me. He said, when I pay you for doing what is right, your wages start now and for the rest of your life. That's eternal life. He said, you got a savings. You get some now and you got some for later. And anybody that sold, those that sold in the Old Testament and those that reaped the benefit through Jesus in the New, he said, you got this. Illustration was perceived by Parker, my 8-year-old granddaughter. When I told her what the word said, she said, this is how she sees it. And Jesus said, here, now, is this saying true? One person sows and another one reaps. He said, do you know the time spent to write down all of the details of who I am? And you get a chance to read the benefits or reap the benefits of the writing of those who wrote a long time ago? He said, I am sending you. I am qualifying you. Take my word. Learn my word. Go out where other people dug and built and labored so that you can just get out there and go get as much harvest as the kingdom can hold, and the kingdom can hold a whole lot. You study the word. Go activate the word and go make other people like me. Take my word and go do it. Jesus said, I got to go to Samaria. And he met that woman at that well. That woman was no joke. That girl said, follow me. This man told me everything I ever did. This is the Messiah. He is the Christ. And the people followed and found that that girl was not lying. That's Jesus. When that Samaritan woman told the city about Jesus, they came to Jesus and said, stay with us. And Jesus said, all right, I'm going to give y'all 2 days. And he taught them the kingdom of God. My God. When that woman told the city about Jesus and they heard Jesus themselves, they say, we believe. If only we would just let people hear Jesus say what Jesus said, they too will believe. He is believable. The people went and heard him. They heard him for themselves. They said, finally, our people have help. You see these tears in my eyes, they're tears of joy. So when you see me cry, it's because I heard
his voice.
Jesus said, let me testify for all of you all that's going to tell people about me. He said, if I testify and tell you that I, being a prophet, and the folk in my hometown don't want to hear me say anything, don't you start tripping when they treat you that way. People from Galilee who went to Jerusalem to the feast saw and heard Jesus, and they came back better employers, better employees, better families, better communities, better church. Came back to the place where he made the water wine. In that place called Capernaum was a ruler, and he had a sick child, a son. When that nobleman heard that Jesus was in the area, he asked him, would he come to where he was, come down and heal his son? For he was at the point of death. Please come down here and heal my son. So this man, even though his son was very, very sick, at least that's what he told Jesus, Jesus said, you still won't believe me unless you see signs and wonders. The nobleman said, Jesus, please come down. If you don't come down, my son will die. Jesus said to the nobleman, go your way. Your son is alive. The man believed the word that Jesus had spoken unto him and went his way. And as the father was now going down, his servant met him and said to him, your son is alive. And the father asked them the hour he began to heal or amend. And they said 1 o'clock yesterday. The fever that boy had left. 1 o'clock, that fever was gone. So the father knew that it was at the same hour when Jesus said to him, your son is alive. And he believed, and his whole family did too. First miracle here, Jesus made water wine. Second, he healed the man's son.